All right, everybody, we're gonna make brain hats. The important piece to start with is I actually wouldn't make your hat until you have colored and labeled this. Because it's going to be quite hard to color and label a brain that is paper and shaped into a hat. So I'd actually color and label first so you know where all the lobes are. You have the sensory and motor cortex also labeled, as well as Broca's area and Wernicke's area. So if you haven't done that yet, you should. Okay? All right, so first things first, there are directions on both of your sheets that say cut these lines. Okay, specifically, you're cutting the solid lines, solid, okay? I say that because I always cut the dotted lines. I just feel like growing up with, you know, we always have to cut dotted lines or something. So you're cutting the solid lines, and if you want to do that, you can literally just cut them all right away. Okay, so just take both of your brains, sides, hemispheres, I should say. You need to be a little bit more not politically, but psychologically correct, if that makes any sense. So go ahead and cut all of your solid sides and solid lines. And just because you might not be very knowledgeable about the brain yet, I actually would probably do this part last, because this tells you what side of the brain that you have. If you've already learned about brain lobes, then you can probably recognize or deduce which side is which, because the frontal lobe is the bigger lobe. And obviously if you're like, well, it can't go this way, so it's not the left. Oh yeah, it's the right. What I did for myself was I actually circled Broca's and Wernicke's on the left hemisphere, because that's going to help me if I do perhaps like accidentally forget and cover up this side. I mean, it's just easier for me. So yep, keep cutting your solid lines here. And then honestly, it's super easy. All you do is just pull over that solid line that you just cut over to the dotted line, and it says to glue, but you don't have to glue it. You literally can just tape it. And I would tape it in the back, because if you're gonna tape it on the front, I mean, you could after you've colored it and labeled it, but the back side's gonna look better. So what you're gonna do is, I mean, if we are gonna start with this, even though I said not to, you just pull over like that, and then you would tape it on the back side. And then you would do the same for here. Okay, so you'd pull over like this, and you would tape / glue it, pull over, tape / glue. So do that. And then I will continue. So you should have, after you're done with taping or gluing, I think taping's easier because you don't have to wait as long, you don't have to hold the paper there, so I don't even know how gluing would work. You should have 2 hemispheres that look like this. I actually have them in the wrong hands. And then make sure that when you attach these 2 things, that these 2 hemispheres, that they are matching up, okay? So you don't want to attach it like this. So you can see already that that doesn't make sense. Okay, or you wouldn't want to attach it, I think actually that's the only real actual common sense way, is to do it the right way. But if you end up doing it wrong, I'm not trying to call you stupid. I just at the moment can't think of how it could be messed up. But okay, so basically what you have to do is just tape these 2 things together. Again, I would just kind of do it on the inside. All right, depending on how much tape you want to use. I mean, if you want to do just a couple pieces, so you can set it on your head, or tape it all the way and try to get it on your head. We'll see. So here is my brain hat. Okay, I just taped it. I don't know if you can see that. You can't. There's only 3 pieces of tape on the inside. I know that this is the front because the frontal lobes are the biggest. Okay, That's the back. So I'd stick it on my head and wear it as a hat. Looks pretty good. I think fits good too. So yeah, just know the brain lobes. Broca's, Wernicke's, and motor cortex, sensory cortex.